Jesse, you must be very precise. 1 part methane, 2 parts oxygen. What don't you understand? Hey, Mr. W! Like, I don't know, bitch. That's my Jesse impression. I'm still working on it. Hey there guys, how are you? It's John here. I'm down here in the Flick Cave, and we're gonna quickly talk about the premiere episode of Breaking Bad. Okay, so season 5, part 2 of Breaking Bad opens up with Walter White. He's in a shitty car driving to his house, and this is obviously towards the later part of the season, but they're showing it as the introduction, usually like they always do in Breaking Bad. And he pulls up to his house, and it's all boarded up and gated up, and the fences are outside of it. Obviously, by this time, the shit has went down. But anyway, he pulls up, his hair's grown out. He goes into his house, and he goes to the electrical outlet where he hid the ricin in season 5, part 1. He takes the ricin out, and then he leaves, and he says bye to his neighbor, and she just drops her groceries, because she obviously, by this time, the news has hit that he was Heisenberg. And then after that, it cuts to where we left off on season 5, part 1, and that was where Hank is in the pooper. The man's taking a crap, and he figures out that Walter White is Heisenberg by the initials in a book. And, you know, after this point, he walks out of the bathroom, and he's like a little bit weird. He's about to have a panic attack. He's acting really strange. I would too if I found out my brother-in-law was a meth maker. I don't know, actually I probably wouldn't care that much. Anyway, he walks out, he gets in the car, they take off. He's having like a panic attack because he's putting things together in his mind. He's driving like this. Here's how the scene goes. And then you have Jesse, and Jesse's kind of going through another little crisis. The guy, I don't know, that guy just wasn't made for making meth. Maybe that's a good thing. Anyway, essentially the $5 million that he has, he wants to get rid of it. You know, he feels a little bit guilty about being part of a gang of people who killed a kid on a dirt bike. I don't blame him. I think that was the most disgusting thing that happened on the show that made Walter kind of an asshole. Like that kid on that dirt bike, that makes me a little bit sad. Anyway, I guess my little brother had a dirt bike. I just imagine him driving through the desert collecting spiders, and a gang of meth makers shoot him. So Jesse's going through all these internal crises, as you could say, and he just wants to get rid of his $5 million. He goes to Saul Goodman here, that was a bad impression. Anyway, Jesse at the end of the episode actually is taking money and just throwing it out of his car window. The only thing I was a little bit irritated by that scene right there is I wish I was behind his car just driving. Like, I'm just driving home, there's some guy throwing, you know, $20,000 at the window every other house, and I would like to troll behind him and pick it up. I know it's blood money, but hell, I got bills to pay. And then a few days later, when everything kind of hits a peak at the very end of the episode, you have Walter White. He finds a tracking device on his car, and in the meantime, Hank's kind of keeping everything to himself. We have 1 minute left on the battery, I'm sorry. Walter finds the tracking device on his car. He confronts Hank at his garage because Hank's like going through all these files trying to figure out exactly what's going on to kind of, you know, reassure himself that Walter White is Heisenberg. And then I was surprised that they did this at the very end of the episode, but this is what makes the season premiere so incredible, is they finally have their confrontation in Hank's garage. I thought they were going to drag that out a few more episodes, but they gave it to us in the opening episode, which really makes the rest of the season very interesting. I'm curious how they played out. Hank confronts him by punching him in the fucking face, which was pretty cool. And then Walter's like, you don't have anything on me, and if I was you, I'd tread lightly. And then Hank's like, you know what? He kind of technically can't really prove this is Heisenberg yet, but he knows it is. Hank says, I don't even know you anymore. I don't know who I'm talking to. And then, you know, he turns into Heisenberg at that moment. And so I'm willing to say family dinners might be a little awkward from now on, but breakfast will always be the same. I want pancakes! That's my quick thoughts on the opening. My battery is literally blinking. It says, John, shut me out, I'm dying. Anyway, guys, that's my quick thoughts. I thought it was an amazing premiere episode. They did more than I thought they were going to do. I really thought they were going to drag out that confrontation a few more episodes, but they gave us the money shot in this episode, and I think, like, I was literally tingling at the end of that episode when they were confronting each other. I was like, oh shit. Jesse lost his shit. We'll just say that. Jesse he's not stable anymore, and I'm curious to see where that goes. I think my quick conspiracy theory on this might be he confides in Hank, and then Hank uses him against Walter. That's my quick theory, but somewhere along the lines, Jesse is going to figure out the bad shit that Walter White has done to him in the past, and then him and Hank team up. That's just my quick theory. Maybe not. I don't know. So anyway, guys, down below, let me know what you thought of the season premiere of Breaking Bad. I loved it. It was everything I wanted plus more. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and say my name.